Hi, and welcome to the Daily Hope and Great Verses. I'm Chuck Butler, serving the Arts and Apologetics Ministries. Today's great verse is Genesis 15:6, and it reads like this: And he, Abram, believed the Lord, and he, the Lord, counted it to him, Abram, for righteousness. Did you look and see the stars last week, or perhaps last night? There have been some strong winds of late, and the night sky has been often very dark, yet clear and cloudless locally. In this covenant in Genesis 15 that God is making with Abram, several things happen before Abram is noted as fully believing in God by faith. First, the word of the Lord came to Abram, packaged within a vision. When we read the word of God each morning, it can instill vision in us, inform it, inspire it, instruct it, integrate with it, or interpret it for us. Then God said to Abram, "Do not be afraid. I am your shield, and I am your very great reward." Abram says back to God, in essence, "You have not provided for me to produce children of my own, a means by which your word could be carried out locally, regionally, or globally." And then I really love what God says next when he's challenged. Let's step outside together. When God says, let's step outside together, a response from us can be to put on our boxing gloves, wait for a bell to ring, and then anticipate having to enter into a first round stance to kind of box God's ears off in order to get or understand his will for us. We could instead choose to just step outside in responsive obedience by faith, believing that he wants to bless us. He says to Abram, "Look up at the sky and count the stars, if indeed you can count them." I also love what the NIV translation says. God took Abram outside. Sometimes God has to take me outside and make me look up. I too can be stubborn and unbelieving. Remember, eventually the children of Israel were just that, stubborn and unbelieving, and wouldn't enter into the land by faith. So in Genesis 15:6, this was a pivotal moment in the life of Abram. God was asking Abram to get a perspective on what was coming in the future through his own loins. Abram stared into space, into the dark night sky, and he was shown what he could never count or see the end of. And as he stared into the sky, God said, "So shall your offspring be." I've had to answer God's invitation to me to step outside with him and see all of what he was wanting to do with me, in me, through me, and for me. As Abram looked at those millions of stars, God said to him, "So shall your offspring be." The book of Hebrews says, without faith, it is impossible to please God. We too can exercise faith and believe God. You see, it's here in Genesis 15:6 that we actually witness the very first occurrence of the prerequisite for salvation. Faith, Faith, forsaking all, I trust him. When I choose to step outside with him by faith, he honors that, and in turn, that is then bestowed upon me as righteousness. Like the song says, "Oh, I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away." You see, Jesus truly is enough. It's not Jesus and Jesus plus, or Jesus is never enough. Just step out by faith with him today in obedience to his invitation, perhaps on a walk today, into a local garden with him, and look up. You can receive unearned and undeserved righteousness by faith. I believe Abram was never the same, and neither will you be. Have a great day.